Today I'm going to show you how to catch Arceus in Pokemon Legends Arceus. Let's get started. Hey everybody, Blaine here for Bridge4 Games, and yeah, today we're going to be talking about how to catch the most famous, most iconic Pokemon in Pokemon Legends Arceus, and that is going to be Arceus. So, that being said everybody, we are going to talk about a lot of plot details here, so this is going to be a massive spoiler warning for the game. So, if you're worried about that kind of stuff, consider yourself warned. But other than that, we're going to go ahead and dive right in. I'm going to show you guys exactly what you need to do to catch Arceus. Now, a couple things to keep in mind. In order to get to the point where you can actually challenge Arceus, you are going to need to have the main story beaten, and you're going to have your Pokedex complete. So you're going to need to have all the Pokemon caught. Now, the Pokemon that come from you having Sword and Shield data, as well as BDSP data, which I believe are Darkrai and Shaman, you don't need to have those caught in order to get to Arceus. Those are kind of like little bonuses, even though they are on the Pokedex. So just keep in mind that you're not going to be able to even attempt this until you do have your Pokedex complete. But other than that, I'm going to give you guys a step-by-step walkthrough how to catch this legendary mythical Pokemon, and hopefully that'll make your journey a little bit easier to add this awesome Pokemon to your team. So, that being said, we're going to go ahead and dive right in. But before we do, I just want to take a second to ask that if you like the videos we have here on the channel, please make sure that you actually like them by hitting the thumbs up button, and of course consider subscribing to the channel to become part of our amazing Pokemon community to make sure that you never miss any of the awesome videos like this one. Alright, that being said, let's go ahead and see how to catch Arceus. Alright, so we're picking up right as soon as we complete the dex, present it to Laventon, and he is happy as a clam here, saying, of course, we had our directive here to seek out all Pokemon. So he's kind of talking about at the beginning of the game when we landed, you know, obviously Arceus sent us here, and we had to find all the Pokemon. So we did it, and now we're going to see the results of all of our hard work here. So we have to go to Mount Coronet, the Temple of Sinnoh. I did cut this down quite a bit. The original raw footage was almost half an hour, so do keep in mind we're watching a bit of a condensed version here, but all of it's still present. So kind of saying, you know, what's up there, what's on top of Mount Coronet. I think we know what's up there, but it's all right. We're going to go ahead and humor him here. He's very excited. So he tells us to go find out. And of course, he's saying we need to head to this Temple of Sinnoh, and he needs to do his homework here and check out the Pokedex that we just finished. There we go. And now we are heading up to the Temple of Sinnoh. So very, very cool. It's still blown up from our battle with Dialga or Palkia. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and see what happens here. So we're going to pull out our Azure Flute, and we're going to play it. And as you can see, our ocarina that's not an ocarina here. Alright, so now that we played that beautiful, beautiful tune on our ocarina there, or I'm sorry, our Azure Flute, we can see that, you know, it's going to take a second here, but it's looking up towards the sky. And so, in this cutscene, we're now going to see what happens here as a result of our flute. And it may take a second here. I know they like to be suspenseful. But as you can see, we have a staircase leading up to the heavens, up towards Arceus. So, obviously, we have to go ahead and progress up the stairway. And then you guys are going to see what happens when we get to the top. So, it's actually a really cool cutscene. I'm really happy I can share this with you guys because it's very thematic, very, you know, exciting, very epic. And now we go up there. We don't have to actually walk up all the steps. I think that'd be a little excessive, but it feels very Smash Brothers to me here. But we go up to this platform here. And as you can see, we're stepping onto the starry, sort of ethereal level here. And we're kind of looking around. And this is the same sort of platform or symbol that we saw. It was actually back in the Heart Gold Soul Silver event that never was actually released. So I really dig their continuity here. That was really, really cool. But as you can see, we step to the middle, and of course, we are greeted by none other than the Pokemon, the myth, the legend itself, Arceus. So it shows up here and presents itself to us. So now there's a bit of a... the cutscene is going to continue. It's kind of long, guys, so I do apologize for that. But we are going to get into the actual tips with how to deal with this thing. So as we see it now, we see our Arc Phone is glowing, and there is a reason for that. The Arc Phone is turning into bombs. Now, the reason it's doing that is because we're going to have to fight Arceus. Much in the way we fought the Noble Pokemon, that's where you have to deal with right now. So, Arceus is going to be one of the harder battles that we have because its attacks come very quickly. And as I was able to count, there are 7 different attacks Arceus uses. So, there's one where it teleports and uses that, like, puff attack there. And then there's this one that is like a homing attack that actually chases you around. Now, Tom actually recorded all this footage for me. And spoiler, he did not survive all his attempts. Sometimes he was beaten, so this is kind of a compilation of all that. But the third attack we see here is these meteors that come down. This is kind of similar to some attacks we've seen before, but we also see this where they have the rings that kind of go outward. So we've seen all these attacks before, in different types of nobles. It looks like Arceus pretty much has access to all the nobles' attacks and can kind of, combine them together a little bit. So it also has this charge attack, which, much like I think it was Electrode or Arcanine, you have to hit it as it's charging to kind of remove those orbs, so it'll do less damage. So as you can see here, in this case, Tom did not get the last one and was on, blacked out for his, failure there. But we are going to attempt the battle again. And as you can see here, it's going for that attack again. So really the key is you need to be really good at dodging out of these things. So you can roll over the energy ribbon. You won't get hit. And as you can see, that's a perfect opportunity when it's doing that ball charge thing. You can hit it with the bombs and then use it to attack. You have an opportunity to get some bombs in, but you don't have long because it starts fighting right again. Now, another attack that's going to use quite a bit is this one where I kind of want to call it the Flora's Lava type attack, where pretty much there's only one safe area and every other area is just, you're going to get hit. So a good way to get out of that is to roll out of the way. But as we can see here, we're about to see another Arceus attack where it actually just charges at you. And if you don't get out of the way, you're going to get knocked out. One thing to keep in mind, it always pretty much appears behind you. So when it does its teleporting moves, just kind of do a quick 180 and you'll be able to kind of see it, or at least get an idea of where it is. It doesn't usually, at least in our tests, appear to go on angles or anything like that. It's usually directly behind. So fortunately, as long as you're prepared for that, you should be able to handle it. Now, it teleported, and again, right there, it's showing up pretty much behind where we were. So that's another of its attacks, obviously, that we talked about. This one is another one. So apparently Arceus duplicates itself, and it makes the sort of, there's only one safe area thing, but then it switches that area around. So you need to kind of be careful and be prepared, because it will hit you really hard if you're caught in the blast area. But if you're able to play it successfully, you can actually send out your Pokemon and battle it. Now, when it comes time to battle your Pokemon, there's something really important we got to talk about. Arceus has the plates to change type. So as you can see here, it says Arceus turned to Ice type, because that is 4 times super effective against Garchomp here. So basically, whatever Pokemon you send out, Arceus is not going to just be normal type. It's going to switch into whatever type is good against your Pokemon. So keep that in mind. You want to be somewhat over level, because Arceus is a high level, and it's going to switch into a type that you may have trouble with. Now, as we said here, Arceus is kind of going to be doing its ribbons, and as you get Arceus down, it's going to start kind of combining these attacks together to make it a lot more hard for you to actually hit it with these bombs. So as you can see, Arceus is combining those ribbons with that meteor attack, which is just really problematic because it's so difficult to deal with that. But here it's using the ribbons combined with that, ball attack. But as you can see here, we were able to actually just kind of dodge all those attacks. Really, using your somersault move is going to be your best maneuver there. And finally, fortunately, Tom is able to battle it again here. And as we can see, Arceus again becomes that ice type. So very tricky to kind of handle. I mean, look at how much damage. I mean, it doesn't KO Garchomp, but honestly, it does get it down to the red each time. And then we are able to bring out our Cleaver, and because it's ice type, we can use our close combat to knock it out. But really, the hardest part about the whole Arceus conflict is you have to survive its onslaught of attacks, because there's a lot, and they're really, really strong. I know I said it may be 6 or 7 attacks that it has. They're so different and so varied. It's kind of like fighting all the nobles all at once. But as we can see, we did defeat it. We threw enough bombs. All of our Pokemon got a ton of leveling here. And here's the really interesting part. So we do have this cutscene here that kind of talks about everything. It says, "Thou hast done well to seek out all Pokemon." And then we see it says, we have immense devotion to it. We have proven ourselves through our actions. And he's basically just saying, we did a really good job. We found him, and we were able to actually prove ourselves to him. And now he's saying right here, he is going to walk with us. He bestows our blessing. So basically, what he's saying is this. We don't actually have to catch it. He's going to just choose to come with us now that we've actually beaten him. So it's pretty cool. We don't actually have to battle him, I guess. I know some people are going to be a little kind of upset about that, but we did have the intense battle against him there, so it kind of makes sense thematically. We're going to get the Legend Plate, which lets it become all types, and as we can see, Arceus has joined our team and has become a part of our crew. So, like I said there, honestly, this is really more about just battling Arceus, but in order to catch it, all you have to do is just go ahead, defeat it in battle like any other noble, and Arceus will be added to your team. So there you have it, everybody. That's how you can catch Arceus in Pokemon Legends Arceus. Now, even though we did say it's catching Arceus, really all you have to do is battle it, defeat it in battle, and it will join your team. So, you get into Pokeball, that's pretty much catching it. So there you go. But that being said, everybody, I hope you enjoyed the video, but most importantly, I hope you found it informative. And much like our Heatran video, I hope you're able to use this to figure out how to see Arceus, how to encounter it, and hopefully how to make that battle just a little bit easier so you can add that awesome Pokemon to your team. So, that being said, everybody, if you did enjoy the video, please make sure that you absolutely Giga Impact that like button in the face. And as always, consider subscribing to the channel to make sure that you never miss any of the awesome videos like this one. That being said, I've been Blaine for Bridge4Games. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me. Remember that the best Pokemon games are the ones that you love to play, and the proper ways to play them are however you have the most fun. I hope each and every one of you have a happy, epic, awesome, and amazing day, and I will see you in the next video. See you around. Bye-bye!